Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 57 of the Priestess Rise Up transmission. Thank you, all of you who've been here. Some of you since the beginning, actually, since before episode one, because I have so many other, so many other videos and classes, and I know some of you are more recent, and maybe some of you this is your first time. So I'm just so delighted and honored that your soul led you here to my channel, to these transmissions. Today is all about the new beginnings, the new creations. Last time we talked about, I think the title for last one was like, um, gosh, something like blessing the endings and the beginnings, something like that. I can't remember. But mostly I spent more of the time on the endings, on really reflecting on this whole year, or whenever you're watching this, the last 8 months or 9 months, and all that you learned, all that you experienced, all that you grieved, all that you said goodbye to, all that was shed, right? All the initiations and the experiences, everything you've experienced so far the last 9 months, some which has been beautiful, I'm sure, and some which has been challenging. And so last time I talked about the importance of integration and really uh, making sure there's no loose ends, so to speak. So if you missed that and this resonates and you want to watch it, you can go back and see that. Today, which is the eve of the new moon, and which is, the new moon, right, is the dark moon. It's the womb, right? The womb of the mother. It's the fertile soil to plant the seed, right? And so today it's really the focus is on what you are being guided to birth, to create as we step into the last quarter of the year. And, I say this all the time, but if you happen to be watching this and it's not the eve of the new moon, that's perfectly fine. Trust that your soul led you to watch this at exactly the right time. That's why I often don't actually put in my titles like full moon or new moon, because I know that these transmissions, these teachings, when we gather together, it's quantum. We're not even in linear time. So whenever you're watching this is perfect, but know that there is a pregnancy, right? A divine pregnancy, a sacred pregnancy of one creation. And so I want to talk about that today, because that's the message I've been receiving, right, from the Divine Mother. It's like, what is the one thing you're going to focus on birthing, creating this last months of the year? Now, some of the things that I've noticed that have come up as I've been having conversations with the women that are thinking of joining my 3-month journey is, I want to talk about here in case you have these same questions, whether you join the temple, the Creatrix temple, or you just do this on your own, is when you have the courage and the spiritual maturity and the commitment to constrain, to say, okay, I'm going to focus on the one thing. Parts of us can feel like, but wait, I can't choose one. There's so many things. There's my health, there's relationships, there's my work, there's this, there's that. And it's easy to then spin on that, just kind of like stay confused. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. And I want you to know that's, first of all, it's very normal. And the reason Mother Mary, who I was connecting with when this came forward, said to focus on the one thing, it's not to disregard the rest of your life. The rest of your life is going to be blessed as you focus on this one thing, but it's so that you can practice that quality of divine focus, divine efficiency, trust, flow, to give yourself the gift of saying, okay, this is the thing or the quality that I'm going to focus on that came forward from my soul. And that's the other piece. I'm not asking your intellect. I'm not asking your ego. I'm not asking your personality. I'm asking and we're going to do this in the first class when we gather together in this 3-month journey. I'm going to lead a really powerful ceremony for you to connect with your soul and receive the download of what is it that I'm being guided to birth in this time. And we're going to do a little bit of that at the end of today's transmission. And so that's going to bypass your intellect. But I want to reassure you, because I feel the same, right? As I've been like preparing to lead this 3-month journey, which is going to be over Zoom virtual. So you can join from anywhere in the world and the replays will be provided. I've also been like, well, is it this? Is it that? And Mother Mary just keeps reassuring me, like, it's going to come to you. It's going to come forward, and it's going to be perfect. And whatever it is going to bless the rest of your life. So that's the first thing I wanted to say, that if you're feeling anxious about, well, what do I choose? First of all, know your soul's going to choose, and your soul is going to send you signs. So if you're like, well, how do I know it was my soul and not my ego or not the different parts of me? Well, which is a great question. What you can do, and your soul, of course, knows, right? Your soul knows that you're going to have those doubts and those questions. So you can ask your soul, please, soul, send me so much synchronicity, so many signs. Just keep sending me validation that I heard you correctly, and that will happen. So that's first thing. Second thing, which I said already, also is that when you choose the one thing, it's going to bless every other area in your life. And I know it's going to take a little bit of time for you, perhaps some of your parts, to trust that. But I can reassure you from doing this myself and guiding so many of my clients and students through this, that there is something very special that happens when we give ourselves that gift, right? When we give ourselves the gift of allowing ourselves to just be like, okay, I'm going to focus on this one thing, and I'm going to trust that everything else will be blessed as I do this. And so let me just check. Roxana, so glad you're here. Diane, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I'm so glad you liked episode 56. And Michelle, so great to see you. I think you had a recent big move as well. So congratulations on that. And Jessica, so good to see you as well. And anybody else who's here, I would love to see in the chat or in the comments. So the other thing I want to say is about the one thing that you're going to focus on. Now, I'm talking to you, I probably should have said this before, but if you don't know, I'm in October, next month, in a few weeks, I'm starting a 3-month journey, Creatrix, a Divine Mother Creatrix Temple. And so together we're going to gather, and there's going to be 5 circles that we're going to do over Zoom. There's going to be this amazing cosmic birth ceremony for you all that I'm going to facilitate. And the focus of that is to walk together from October to December, right to the end of the year, to focus on this one thing that you're birthing, one thing that you're creating. And so I want to talk about a little bit about what that thing or what that quality could be. It might be something very tangible, right? It might be, for example, a sum of money. Maybe when you tune in, your soul's like, this is what you're going to focus on. Is you're going to focus on manifesting this, on creating this amount of money that is sacred and perfect for you. It might be something like that. It might be a relocation that you're doing. It might be a chapter in a book you're writing. It might be, a new habit of eating. So it could be things like that. Or it might be a quality. Maybe your soul is saying, what you need to focus on is self-love, is have a 3-month journey where you're focusing on generating, anchoring in, practicing self-love in all circumstances. Or maybe it would be something like self-compassion or joy. There's no limits to what your soul might say. And then when you receive the guidance on what that is, because immediately our mind, right, our intellect goes into, well, how will I practice? How will I do this for 3 months? Well, that's where what Mother Mary calls a holy self-care plan comes in, because your soul would never guide you to create something and then abandon you, right? Your soul would never say, okay, what your assignment is to focus on the quality of joy, for example, and then just be like, bye, see you in December. It's like, no, your soul is like, I'm here with you always. And the Divine Mother, I know I keep bringing up Mother Mary. It might be Kuan Yin for you, or Green Tara, or just the Divine Mother goddess form, whatever speaks to you. She, this divine being, is going to be helping you as well. She's going to be your midwife, supporting you through this journey. And so, what's really important as we are here on the eve of the new moon, and what I talked about last time in episode 56, is in order to have this beautiful birth, this beautiful creation, this immaculate conception, we can even say, our soul guides us to cleanse and clear and let go of things and shed things. And I don't mean because we're dirty or sinful or any of the religious stuff. Let me rephrase that. Any of the things that a lot of organized religions have really programmed us to believe. It's not that. It's that your soul saying, let's have a clean slate. Let's have this like beautiful clean slate, beautiful womb, right? Beautiful dark moon. We have the new moon tomorrow. So that this seed that you're going to receive has the space, has the frequency, the vibration, the energy that it needs to really take root. So wherever you are now, I'm sure you've been experiencing a lot of release, a lot of perhaps like old stuff coming up, or challenging things coming up, or maybe it's people around your life that you're experiencing, you're witnessing as they suffer or as they go through some challenging things. And the initiation for you is, how do I stay loving, and how do I help, if I'm guided to help, in a way that's not codependent, right? How do I not go into rescuing? How do I not go into overwhelm, but just really follow my soul's guidance and how I'm meant to support this person, right? Or whatever it is, it might be, as many of you know, right? I had this major relocation to this beautiful country of Mexico. And even though it's absolutely, I've had no moment here now in the almost 2 months that we've been here that I've thought, oh my gosh, was this a mistake? Should I have not done this? I've never thought that. I'm so clear that I'm meant to be here. And yet, despite that, I still have gone through so many initiations, so many painful things, so many kind of old wounds coming up, old things about abandonment, old programming that I thought I had healed. And guess what? It came up again, not to punish me, but because the Divine Mother knows there's something I'm here to birth and I need to clear. And it's like we're bringing that up to be like, oh, let me look at this next layer. That's right. Let me have more compassion. Let me have more self-love. By the way, that's always the answer. Whatever you're dealing with, if you're confused, well, how do I fix it? How do I heal this? Always, 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 100% of the time, always, 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 self-love and self-compassion is part of the medicine. So I just want to say that's like as an aside. So we are here and we're going to go into this ceremony to start to receive that guidance. And I know some of you already signed up to the 3-month temple. So we'll be doing this together and going into it more deeply. And all of you, whoever's guided to watch this, like really, stepping into this place of receptivity, of trust and faith. And the question is not what does my ego want to create? What do my parts want to create? It's not even like, what do I need in my life right now? Those are all good questions. There's nothing bad about them. But if you're here on the priestess path, right, whether you use the word priestess or not, if you're here on the path of channeling unconditional love, of being a midwife to the new earth, of beaming your light, of fulfilling your divine mission, the expectations are higher. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean, oh, you've got to go be busy all the time. That's not what I'm saying. What it means is that, sorry, I have there's like static in my hair. My hair just keeps like going on my face. Okay. I mean that being on this path is that we're surrendering our human will to the divine will. That even though I think I know what I need, obviously I do have those prayers. Of course, I'm not suggesting that you don't. But when we enter a temple space like this, and we are saying, beautiful divine mother, or whatever words you use, God, universe, goddess, creator, creatrix, what is it that you want to birth through me? That we're surrendering, that we're saying, what is it that you want to birth through me? And this is the thing, we've been programmed to believe that that's going to be different than what we really want. Like, I remember having this fear, and sometimes I still have it. It's something we always have to work on, that I would be like, oh my gosh, am I going to totally surrender my will to the divine mother? Like, what if she tells me to do something I don't want to do? Or what if it's, I would go through that inner struggle. But through prayer, through meditation, through my healing, through the practice, through just continuing on the path, I've come to understand and realize what many spiritual traditions say, what many spiritual masters have said. It's not that the divine mother is not a dictator. It's not like she's like, okay, go do this just on a whim. The divine mother knows you. Really think about that. Knows you by your name, knows your gifts and talents, knows the details of your life, knows what challenges you've experienced, knows what initiations you've gone through, knows all of the training of your life, knows all of the training of your past lives, knows all of your professional training, knows your fears, knows all of it, knows what you're perfectly designed to bless this world with. Furthermore, the Divine Mother knows that when you allow yourself to do that, you will be blessed. It will bring you the most joy. So when we're surrendering to the Divine Mother's will, we're really surrendering to our own soul's will. So that's what I'm saying when we're asking, okay, what is the one thing? We're not asking our ego, our intellect, or even our well-intentioned parts. We're asking the Divine Mother, we're asking our soul. And so that is going to require some surrender, because I've been having some, conversations with people who are considering joining this 3-month journey. By the way, if that's you and you have questions, or you just want to chat and say, like, I'm not sure, I'm being called to this, but I don't know, you can always schedule a complimentary 15-minute chat over Zoom, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So as I've been doing that with different women, it's really become clear how the Divine Mother loves us so much, right? Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, all these aspects of the Divine Mother, that often what you're being called to birth is a lot simpler than you're thinking it's going to be. But because we're so programmed to think it's going to involve suffering, and it's got to be really hard, and it's going to involve a lot of hustle, and we just kind of spiral in that. I mean, what if your soul was saying, for 3 months, your soul, and I mean your soul and the Divine Mother, right there on the same side, what you're really being guided to focus on is to really have your own back, be your advocate, love yourself through all the challenging things. Or what if it's that you're going to focus on lightheartedness? It might be the hardest thing for you, because maybe you're a very serious person, or you feel a lot. So for you, that might feel like, oh my gosh, you're asking me to climb the tallest mountain ever if you're telling me to embrace lightheartedness. So it's really important, this surrender to the Divine Mother. It's really courageous. It's very noble of you to even have that intention. I know there are many times when, I'm bracing myself for, like, okay, what is the assignment she's going to give me? What hard thing is she going to have me do? Or what does she want me to focus on? And then, yeah, it'll be something like self-love. And I'll be like, what? Like, no, I've already practiced that. What am I supposed to do? And of course the Divine Mother knows, like, no, this is literally what you need to do. This is what you need to focus on. Because this is the last thing I'm going to say before we go into ceremony. Whatever the thing is, the tangible thing, the quality, is something that's going to prepare you for your leadership in 2024 and beyond. Whatever it is. Now, your logical mind might argue, well, how could joy be the thing that's going to help my leadership? Or how could, connecting with my inner child for 3 months, how is that going to help my leadership? Well, the Divine Mother knows. Because as I've said before, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but the collective, when I say the collective, I mean the world, humanity, is going through a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world. And it's going to continue to happen next year and beyond. And so these things that we're participating in, that we're saying yes to, is the divine training. So I have no doubt that if you join, or even if you don't join, but whatever comes to you, whatever it is, that if you commit to that, you will receive all the resources and support to help you with that journey. And that is exactly what you're going to need to be able to step into more leadership, to step into more service, to step into more of sharing your gifts. And don't let the word leadership freak you out. If you're like, well, I'm not a leader, like, we need to let that go. I am telling you, if you are here watching this, you are a leader. Your leadership might look completely different than anybody else's, and that's exactly perfect. We're not supposed to all lead in the same way. So I know, because I struggled with that word, and I still sometimes, it's because my parts are so, there's this definition the world has about leadership that's very ego driven. That's not what this is about. And so, okay, we're going to step into the ceremony. And so I invite you to take some cleansing breaths, and I'm being guided to, I brought my beautiful Ishel. Look at her, pregnant with herself. I'm going to burn a little bit of sage as you take some cleansing breaths. And as you, there's a lot. Connect with the earth, connect your feet with the earth. So I'm sending you this beautiful sage from beautiful Mexico. Feel the sage traveling, this beautiful ally of the sage traveling through the heart waves to wherever you are. And feel it cleansing you, just cleansing your aura, cleansing all of your chakras. Cleansing, cleansing, clearing, clearing. And this beautiful sage is helping to anchor you into your body, even as we open up to receive our soul's guidance. And so I invite you now to visualize, if you close your eyes, or they can remain open if that's better for you. Whatever helps you go within. And as you close your eyes, you are transported to a beautiful night sky. You're standing outside. Maybe you're standing by the ocean, or maybe you're standing in a grove of trees. But you look up and it's the most beautiful night sky with all of these beautiful stars. The type of stars you can only see when you're far away from the city, right? You look up and you're like, wow. And you're aware that the new moon, the dark womb, is up there as well. It's like this dark, rich, fertile soil ready for that divine seed from your soul. And so as you stand there, or maybe you're lying down, the stars are beaming their starlight onto you. And we welcome beautiful Ishel. If you don't know her, she's a beautiful Mayan master, goddess, indigenous, beautiful midwife. And she shows up with her medicine bundles, with this beautiful feather headdress, and this beautiful feather fan. And she's just brushing your aura. She's just clearing, and she's blessing you as you embark on this journey through the last months of the year, on this journey of birthing what you're here to birth. She is a divine midwife. And as she steps aside, beautiful Guadalupe, Our Lady of Guadalupe, steps forward with her cloak of stars. And if you don't connect with her, if she's someone, a being of love that's new to you, you don't need to force it. Perhaps there's another aspect of the Divine Mother that speaks to you more. And at the same time, be open. Trust that if you're here, maybe it is the Divine Mother as Our Lady of Guadalupe that is here to support you, to support this birth. And so as you stand here under the night sky, you ask your soul the question, what am I being guided? What one thing or one quality am I being guided to birth, to create in these last months of the year? And if you're watching this at a time where it's not the end of the year, just say, in these next 3 months, what am I being guided to birth, to create? And as you ask that question with your heart open, right, you're asking your soul. You notice as you look up at the sky that there's one star that's suddenly getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And this star is hovering out in front of you and starts to beam this light towards your third eye, right at the center of your forehead. And you're receiving a symbol, a vision, a word that is giving you guidance on what this one thing is. And if you don't receive it yet, if you're not aware of it, that's totally okay. Trust that you're receiving it and you'll become aware of it at just the right time. So let's sit in silence for a few moments as that beautiful star beams this starlight into your third eye, bringing you this beautiful blessing, activation, symbol, message, word that represents the one thing you are birthing. And take some deep breaths. We ask your soul to seal this activation, to integrate this activation across all 4 levels of your being: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all dimensions of time. Ishel does a final cleansing and sealing of your aura. And Our Lady of Guadalupe reminds you of what she said when she appeared in Mexico, when she appeared on the mountain of Tepeyac. She said, "Am I not here, who am your mother? Am I not here, who am your mother? Am I not here, who am your mother?" So she's reassuring you that you are not alone. And so feeling the earth under your feet, bring your awareness back to your body and back to your room or office or wherever you are. And we bring the palms of our hands together. We bow to each other and our own heart. And we close the ceremony with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. And I'm just going to do a little final sage burning. Not sage, actually. I'm going to burn this little piece of copal. I think I need to get a bigger piece, but I guess in English, how do you say that? Copal? I'm not sure. It's like almost like tree amber. This was used a lot in Mesoamerica by the Mayans, Incans, Aztecs. Okay. So, thank you so much for being part of the ceremony. Remember, and if you want to share in the chat anything that came to you, the symbol that I saw was this beautiful tree, like this tree of life with pink blossoms. And I'm going to be sharing soon in my Instagram. I'll also send it in the blog. So if you're on my newsletter, you'll receive this, a picture of this beautiful talisman amulet that came to me last week. I connected with this beautiful artist here. And anyway, it's got Kuan Yin and then this beautiful tree rising up. And so that's the image I kept seeing. So I know more will be revealed, but that's somehow connected to what I'm going to be creating along with you. And so if you want to share anything about what you're creating, what came to you, in the description, I will put a link so you can read more about the 3-month journey. I do have a special rate for those of you on my mailing list. So if you're interested, join my mailing list and I will share that with you. And as I said, if you're considering it, you have questions and you would like to do a quick 15-minute complimentary chat via Zoom, I would be happy to do that with you. Okay, so you can email me that. All right. Oh, I can't wait, Diane. Yes, Diane is part of the Creatrix Temple. She's going to be in that 3-month journey. I'm so excited about Diane, and I'm so excited that you're there. And I would love for the rest of you to join as well. So I'm going to pull Soulful Woman card. All right. One thing I want to share, because this came up, I'm just being reminded. If the classes are recorded, and if you're really called to join, but you're going to miss some, and like you can still participate. Right now I'm actually participating in a 13-week journey with someone. No, 9-week. And I haven't been able to attend any of them live because it literally started right as we were leaving Chicago. It was all the things. Yet I knew I was so being guided to participate. And I was trying to talk myself out of it, like, no, I'll wait till next time when I can participate live, blah, blah, blah. But clearly it was what I was supposed to do. So I said yes. And it's been divine and perfect. So if that's you, again, you can always set up a time to talk to me if you have questions about that. But I wanted to share that. Okay, so let's pull a card. It's like a postcard from your soul. Oh, thank you, Roxana. Hey, Michelle. Nice to see you. Okay. Message for the collective. By the collective, I mean you here live and you watching, whoever ever watches the replay is what I'm trying to say. Okay, what is the message about what you're birthing? Let's ask that question. What does your soul want you to know? Let me tune into the question. Okay. What is going to help you nurture this new creation? That's the question. All right. Okay. All right. Number 32, uniquely myself. I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and soul path. Again, I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and soul's path. There you go. Right? So remember the question was, what is going to help you nurture this creation? So what's going to help you is to be yourself, as quirky and different as that may be. So there you go. All right, I do want to share, I forgot to say this. There's a chance I might not do a transmission next week. We are finally moving from our Airbnb to our more permanent home now. And of course, it was all, so many things got delayed. We didn't know. And now finally it's happening. And I'm so excited. We actually are finalizing everything on September 16th, which, if you don't know, is El Día de la Independencia, Independence Day here in Mexico. So it's really kind of amazing that that's when this is happening, Saturday. So next week I'm going to be really busy, moving and setting all of that up. So there's a chance I might not be here live next week, but I will let you know in my newsletter. And for sure, I will be back the week after. And then either next week or the week after, you'll see my permanent home. Well, a little part of it. And so thank you. I welcome your prayers and your love and light as we go into this next part of our journey. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.